Welcome back, Tribe. I have an episode here that's a good contrast with the last one we did with the 27-year-old dude that was crying in his car about his life falling apart and his feminine demeanor that he had, and just, I don't even want to get into it. That episode was just so depressing. But here is an older gentleman, and you can see the mentality difference. Excellent contrast on how you want to model the way you think and how you attack life. So let's get into it. And this is, by the way, Dry Creek Wrangler School. I'm sure you guys have come across this content on social media.
Good evening. Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. And it is evening. The sun has finally gone down enough and it's cooled down enough. I come outside and make a little bit of a video. And how about that scenery out there? It's pretty nice, huh? And there's Joe. He's going to wait just a second. Here it comes. Ready? Oh, there's Mouse. And so it's kind of a nice
Living the
evening,
life.
so I'm gonna come out here and make a video. And so I just want to encourage. I'm gonna encourage you fellas tonight. And for some of you ladies get something out of it and you're encouraged, I'm happy. It's good. But I'm talking to you fellas. I'm gonna remind you of something tonight that is, it's just a reality. All right, but sometimes we forget the reality of it. Anybody's asking, this is EP Carrillo, how you pronounce it? Allegiance. One of the students that just left this week, he brought me a box of these, and this is a nice cigar. So that's what I'm having this evening. I want to remind you of something, okay? And you don't need reminded of it, but I'm gonna remind you. Anyhow, life is hard. Okay, fellas, life is hard. It's always been hard.
Preach.
From the beginning. And it will always be hard. The Bible says man's days are few and full of trouble. All right. Ever since mankind fell in the garden, we were told that we would eat out of a sorrow of the ground, the sweat of our brow, and the ground would bring forth thistles. And so it's just the nature of it. All right. The problem we have today is in this modern world, we have movies and we have television and we have social media that are always telling us what life should look like and how a winner should always be a winner.
Yep.
And then they tell us what winning looks like. And for a vast majority out there, that's not what winning looks like. And it just brings us more down. And it brings men more down. But life is hard, and that's the way it's always been. It's our lot. Now, if you don't want to accept that, that's up to you.
Comparison is a thief of joy. Never forget that, especially in the world that we live in today. When you turn on your phone and look up Instagram and all these other apps, TikTok, and you see the lifestyle these people are living, there's a reason these are getting pushed down your throat. It's because something inside of you feels inadequate or unhappy about the position that you're in. And you watch this stuff longer than you should. The algorithm thinks that this is what you like, but it's not what you like. It's just what triggers you emotionally, makes you feel inadequate, because these negative feelings is what keeps you pushing all those little buttons, like, comment, subscribes on those apps. It keeps your eyes glued to the screen. Little do you know, it's affecting you negatively. It's a tool like any other. Yes, social media could be extremely negative. But if you use it correctly, if you follow the right accounts, if you're only on it to learn information, it's a powerful tool. Or if you have a business and you're leveraging social media for sales. Most people don't use it that way, though. Most people are consumers, and they'll just sit in bed or on their couch for hours and hours, and all they do is consume the most low quality content where you get no valuable information, nothing that helps you at all. It'll be like pranks. It'll be straight dopamine hits, nothing. And hours go by. People spend hours on these apps. There is a sense of accountability that we have to have here because these tools are all available. And if you use them to cause self-harm, we have to be mindful that you're the person that's using them incorrectly. Now, in the generations that we're living in now, these young kids, I should say, actually, we have evolved with the internet age so rapidly that we don't actually have something in place to teach young people, especially, we'll keep it male oriented, but we don't have anything to teach boys how to use social media properly to really plan out their lives and understand what's feasible at age 20, 25, 30, what a man is, what a man should strive for, so on and so forth. So let's see what he has to say.
Okay. but it's our lot. It's our place.
No one's coming
And
to
it
save you.
has been for the history of mankind. And regardless of how many influencers get on and play a fake game on there and tell you about all this, and regardless of how many people get on there and they make a month of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month or whatever it is, life's hard. And sometimes we don't need Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Is that what they call it? We need Men's Grow a Set Month. We need Men Stop Whining Month.
Contrast that Men Grow a Sack month with the dude in his car crying and how emotional he was and distraught over a woman not wanting to be his friend, over a woman that he was pining over because she had a boyfriend already. And he all fell in love Disney style. Look, do you see the difference in emotional stability here? This old man, I don't even call him old, dude is spry for his age. This man has the emotional stability. There's safety you derive, like this guy has things under control. Competent. He would be labeled toxically masculine in some way or another by the degenerates on the left-leaning spectrum of politics and whatever else ideologies that we have in the world today that are being pushed to weaken men and turn them into the 27-year-old. That dude was a boy in a man's body. Pathetic.
Now, I know things are hard for some of you. I know things are extremely difficult for some of you. Things have been hard for me around here. I don't get on here and post it. I'm not going to now. But we all go through it, and that's the reason I'm talking to you tonight. Sometimes you look at people on the screen and you think that's distant and they're separated and they're not going through what you're going through. Listen, man, we all go through it.
Yep.
We all go through it. I've had folks get on here and comment, Dwayne, you don't look good, man. You look tired. You look sad. You look this. You look that. Look, I go through life just like you do. Okay? I have battles just like you do. I stand between my family and the world just like you do. And I take the beatings so they don't have to, just like you do. Sometimes I have to stand between the church and my family so they don't have to. And I take those beatings so that my family don't have to. Sometimes I stand between myself and my family because I'm just a human too. And sometimes we as men, we have to take the reality of what we are, and we have to take it and we have to crush it down and we have to put it inside and we have to shove it down. Why? Because we have to protect our family from us. We have to protect our family sometimes from themselves. And so we get a beating from the family because we're standing between the family and what they think they want. That's not good for them. And so we stand in the gap. And we pay the price.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is, how do you look at it? How do you approach it? How do you deal with it? How do you admit it and see it for what it is? And then what do you do about it? What do you do about it? You cry about it? You mope about it? You drink about it? You sleep around about it? You get mad and get in fights about it? You just hang around? Just turn the world out? Just zombie about it? You fry yourself with marijuana about it? Say, Dwayne, I'm sad. Dude, that's a part of life. You think you're the only man on this planet that's sad? Say, Dwayne, I'm going through depression. Well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the rest of us. You think I don't go through depression sometimes? You think I don't get sad sometimes? You think I don't just feel wore out and burnt plumb down to the bottom of my soul? We all do. We all do. That's what sets us apart. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us men. We're not men because...
Such an insane difference, right? In this mentality versus the 27-year-old. If you haven't seen that video, you should watch it. He's 27, virgin, never kissed a woman. It's wild to see the state of masculinity, manhood, just men in general in the world today, in the West, I should say specifically, versus the older generation like this that have had guidance, have had a traditional path in life of what it means to be a man, have all but been erased from young men's lives today. Because let's be honest, some of these guys are reaching in bags for their tool sets of navigating life, and there's nothing there. It's completely empty. If anything, that's filled with traps. That's how I would use this metaphor. We used to have tools as men that were given to us by fathers, grandfathers, mentors that we would reach into our bags for, that would help us get through life, all these problems and challenges, help us manage emotions, leave families, make money, all this stuff. And now when we're reaching in our bags, society replaced all our tools with traps. You got a little bear trap in there. You got a little fly trap in there. It's like your hand is stuck, filled with glue. You reach in there, a mouse trap pinches your finger, breaks your bone. That's what it is. You're being taught all the wrong things in society today that's leading you down a path of destruction. Like that other dude in the video, he was trying to press end game forever on his life because a woman literally said, I have a boyfriend, I can't see you anymore, and jeopardize my relationship. That's mental weakness, neediness, dependency. You don't stand on your own. You have no boundaries. You're nobody to be respected. Society is brutal and does not respect any man that does not build himself up and provide value. You are a waste of air otherwise, and society treats you as such. You're born with no value. You have to create it. Once you understand that brutal truth, you'll begin working on yourself. Until then, you're going to wander through life hoping that somebody notices you, that somebody loves you for you, that somebody gives you a handout. And life will be there to remind you that that will never happen. You as a man, nobody is coming to save you.
We face the battle and we get immediately victory every time a battle comes up. We're men because we face the battle and we stay in the battle when we feel like we're losing and we feel like we're getting beat up. But we stay in there and we keep fighting and we plant our feet and we say, until death do I part, this is me and I will fight this battle, regardless of what the battle is. Being tired is part of fighting. Go find one MMA fighter, one boxer, one combatant of any kind who's never tired, who never gets tired, who doesn't get so exhausted in the ring that he's just moving on guts alone. That's all he's got left is his guts.
Operating on fumes.
But eventually, here comes Mama back around here. Hi, Mama. You're okay. Go ahead. You're fine. I am. Everybody be happy to have you. There's no combatant, true combatant, that has never gotten to the point where there's nothing left. When there's no physical strength left. When there's no energy left. When there's no speed left. When there's no joy left in that fight. All they have left is the will to get back up again. And they don't know how they're going to pick their fist up. They don't know how they're going to move their feet. They don't know how they're going to take another swing. They don't know if they're going to be able to get up when that next punch hits them in that fight. But that's all they got. So they get up. They get up. And do they look triumphant? No. Do they look all shiny-faced? No. Do they walk around in tailored suits talking about their private aircraft? No. Do they talk about their private collection of cars and their $50,000 watches? No. They look like hell. They feel like hell. But they fight like hell. We all do. All real men do. You say, Dwayne, I don't feel like that. Then you have nothing in your life and you're living for yourself. If you have someone in your life, something in your life that you care about, that you're struggling for, there's going to come times when you feel like that.
Yeah, that's what purpose is too, by the way, when you have something worth fighting for other than yourself. You have to ask yourself, do you have something you're fighting for? Because if all you have for motivation and discipline is for yourself, something selfish like that, it's just not enough. Most guys have to be chasing a dream bigger than themselves in order to derive the discipline needed to achieve them. If it's not bigger than you, you can't get excited for it. If you can't get excited for it, it'll be hard to step out of bed every single day to do the thing you got to do that you're going to hate to doing over and over and over again to reach that goal. to accomplish that mission. That's your purpose, something bigger than yourself. You have something to protect, something to fight for. Ask yourself.
And so what I'm telling you tonight is this is just what all of us go through. And we have since man fell in the garden the first time 6,000 years ago. And we're going to be like that until this ends and Christ comes back and puts everything back in order and fixes everything that we've messed up. Okay? So I'm not getting on here and blowing in your ear and patting you on the bottom and telling you that everything's going to be okay. I'm telling you, quit moping, quit whining, and get up and keep going. The bell will ring on this particular fight that you're in, whatever it may be. The bell will ring, and that fight will be over.
Mm-hmm.
None of them last forever. None of them last forever. But take pride in the fact that you're one of the chosen few who's been picked to stand in the doorway and take the beating so the loved ones behind you don't have to. Smile in the middle of that fight. Smile through those bruises. Smile through that swollen face. Smile through the blood. And when you don't have another smile, you just keep standing in that doorway and you keep taking the blows and you keep fighting back until that one ends. And then sit down with some dignity. Sit down with some self-respect. Rest. Recover.
Yeah, simple, man. Just realize this. After every dark night, there's a bright day after that. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. This guy has a JFK quote here. Do not pray for easier lives. Pray to be stronger men. One of the goats. Life actually gets easier when you accept that life is hard. Lean into it and see what you can do. Here's a good one. My father, a veteran of the Battle of the Bulge, World War II, consistently impressed on me when I was growing up and when confronted with adversity and wanted to quit or was feeling sorry for myself. That to be a man with our name meant that we stand our ground and never give up, because the finest steel must endure the hottest fire. My father walked his talk and demonstrated to me and my siblings what it is to be a man. He also made sure to read the Bible and thank God for our blessings, forever grateful to my father's guidance. So that's a lot of what men are missing today. Strong fathers in the household that could have given people this much needed guidance. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you feel lost, if you don't feel like you have a place, don't know where to start, need to surround yourself with a community of men, we do have a Discord. It's free to everybody. If you want to join us on the calls that I post on the second channel, I'll put at the end of the video here some of the conversations we have. If you want to be a part of those, it's the private community. Links are all in the description below. And try to change by surrounding yourself with different people, like-minded individuals. You may realize you're not the only one. We're actually all going through it, a variation of it at the very least. Some of us have already been through it and have some wisdom to share that could hopefully make the journey you're going through a bit easier on yourself. Other than that, man, realize that no one's coming to save you. If you don't change, nothing will change. And life gets progressively harder the longer you wait to change. But know that when you decide to, it will come. Anywho, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody.